I just finished work for the week, and the irony is I'm going to be spending a good chunk of my weekend also sat at my computer because I am trying to do an 11,000 word weekend. If you're new here, my name is Angela. I am an American living in London who is currently writing a fantasy novel. I also love to read both fantasy novels and other genres, and I'm currently training for a marathon. My original thought this weekend was to do a 10K weekend because I just don't have a lot going on, and I really would like to make progress on my current fantasy draft. It's like a romantasy novel is a spin-off of my other romantasy novel, and that other romantasy novel is currently in querying publishing limbo, so I can't really say a lot about either of the projects, if that makes sense. But they're both kind of dark academia-y, romantasy-y, with strong leading female characters. I am about 30,000 words into the second book. You can read the two books separately. You don't need to read them together, but they're set in like the same world. The only other thing I have to do this weekend is my long run for marathon training, and that run is about 11 miles. So I checked my runs in kilometers, and it's 18 kilometers, which I think is a little over 11. Maybe it's 11. But because it is 11 miles or around there, I thought it would be really fun to up the ante and try to do 11,000 words written. So it's an 11,000 word weekend, an 11-mile weekend, and the rest of the time I will be spending recovering from those two things. That recovery starts right now. I'm actually about to head out to the store to pick up a birthday cake for my partner. It is a super iconic British birthday cake. So if you are a British person watching this, comment if you know what the cake is that I'm talking about. I'll show it in the B-roll after this. But I am excited. I've tried it before. It's a really good cake. It's just like a chocolate cake. And we're going to have that. We're doing a pizza night tonight. And then I also want to read a little bit. I'm still reading the same book from my Paris vlog that I said I was going to finish in that vlog and didn't. So I'm reading An Academy of Liars, or An Academy for Liars. I always forget which one it is, but I'll pop it up on the screen. I have about 10% left on the book, and I'm reading it on Kindle, so the Kindle told me I have a little under an hour left of reading. So it'd be really great if I could finish that tonight, and then maybe we'll start another book tomorrow after we are done with the mega writing day. Good morning. So it is now the next day, and I'm not gonna lie, it is not going well. I woke up today feeling a bit sick. I just woke up and instantly I had a sore throat. I felt a little bit stuffy. I had a headache, and I feel extremely tired and almost like I have brain fog. It's really hard to kind of focus, if that makes sense. So that means that right now it is currently 10 a.m. and I've only written about 1,000 words, and I'm trying to write 11,000 words today because tomorrow again I have my long run and there's some other things I need to do with my other project. I don't think I explained this yesterday, but I'm trying to kind of balance drafting this new fantasy novel and doing edits on another fantasy novel, and doing both at the same time is just, it's a little bit overwhelming. I'm not honestly sure if I'll make the 11,000 words today. We're definitely gonna try. I mean, I'm out of coffee, but we're gonna make another coffee. And I just took some medicine that will hopefully help with at least the headache. But I am just really disappointed in how this morning has gone. And I feel like I'm just putting a lot of pressure on myself, which I think is easy to do in this day and age. And I don't want to do that. I really wanted this to be a really fun, immersive day in my book. And that's honestly what matters to me more than the word count. So I'm just gonna kind of try to go into the rest of the day with that sort of mindset of like, this should be fun. I don't have a literary agent. I'm not published yet. So this is all still just things I'm doing in my own free time, if that makes sense. But then I don't know if anyone else can relate to this. Like, then I also have this feeling of like, but I really want to be a published author, and the timeline to publication takes so long. So I really need to get to work and work really hard. And my camera's about to die, which is a great metaphor for how I feel. So I'm gonna charge my camera, make another coffee, and hopefully just like get to actually writing something. I hope in the next update, maybe we'll turn this day around, but I just hope I feel better in the next update, if that makes sense. I am happy to report that I've actually made some progress. So that headache medicine worked so well, because I feel not only like the headache is gone, but like the brain fog is gone a little bit. I'm gonna take off these glasses in case there's a bit of a reflection. Also might be the fact that I've had now another coffee. It looks like the exact same coffee as before because I have about the same amount left. But a fun fact about me is that I love to nurse coffees. So I have this coffee now. It's been 2 hours since I last talked to you, and I have been drinking the same coffee for 2 hours. But I feel like coffee's just so good. Like, I want to savor it and be able to have slow sips through the longest part of my day as possible. But let's go over really quick the force writing sprints that I've done so far. These sprints were not timed. I was going just kind of based off of vibes and when I felt like I needed a break. So the first two sprints, Sprint 1 was 1,069 words. Sprint 2, weirdly enough, was also 1,069 words. And then Sprint 3, which was right after I took the medication, was 1,063 words. And the last sprint was 2,406 words. Meaning so far today I have written 5,607 words. That means we have 5,393 words to go if we want to meet our 11,000 words in a day goal. Sorry if I keep looking over at the screen. The words are on the screen, but I have come to kind of an impasse that's a little bit tricky because I feel like I'm no longer going off the outline that I originally wrote and almost feel like I need to re-outline the second part of the book, which is bad because it could slow down my pace a bit. And then the other thing that's more fun than my little outlining conundrum is that I was researching for this book what books that are 1,000 years old look like, and it was just a really fun rabbit hole to go down for a little bit. And I will say, if anyone else is curious about like vintage books, I'm obsessed with like all things books, including like vintage books. But the British Library has like old copies of books that are scanned that you can look at online for free. So I found one that was from, I think, did it say when this one was from? It is from 700 and it's called the Lindisfarne Gospels. And you can go in and like look at the book and the scanned pages of it, which is really cool. I could not for the life of me read what was written in the book. I heard somewhere that like old English is actually so different than the English we speak today. So like if we were to hear someone speak from 700 AD, we would have no idea what they were saying and they would have no idea what we're saying. I think is really fascinating and cool. I'm kind of trying to add in that like how languages change over time and what oldie time books look like into my novel, which of course, because it's a fantasy novel, it's not set in like medieval England, but I still think that concept relates to even like a fantasy world, and I don't know, it's just such a cool concept to me. I don't know how I did that, but I just finished the 11,000th word. I don't know if that's actually a word anymore. I feel like my brain is so jumbled and exhausted from doing that. But I wrote 11,000 words today, which is so exciting. And if we go back to the manuscript as a whole, I'm at 48,745 words in draft 1. My goal is to get to 50,000 words by the end of the month. We still have like a week or so left in the month, maybe a little bit more. So I'm definitely in a really good place to hit that goal and possibly even exceed it. The one thing I will say that I was around like the 9,800 word mark. I got really, really exhausted. Those last 1,200 words were super hard to get out on the paper. And well, I'm just realizing I misspelled watch. I spelled it WTACH in the sentence on the screen. So don't know if those words near the end were good, but they are written. And the last 1,200 words was such a struggle and I'm so exhausted. And I come to like the end of a sentence and was one word away from 11,000. So I literally just wrote the word she, which I think will be the next word of the new paragraph. But I just wrote that basically so I could get the 11,000 words, and now we're done. It's just so crazy because as you all saw, I genuinely did not think we were going to make it today. We had a super rough start, and usually I am a huge morning writer. So during the week, I usually wake up and start writing somewhere between 5:30 to 6:30 a.m. and just write for around an hour 30 minutes. That just goes to show like I am such a morning writer, and so I was panicking when I didn't get that many words in this morning. But somehow, between when I was panicking, which was I think around 10 a.m. and now, which is 5 p.m., I wrote like a good 8,000 words, maybe more. Math is not my strong suit. So that is just insane. And again, it just goes to show you that just because you're used to a certain routine or habit doesn't mean you can't exceed that or can't do the unexpected and surprise yourself. So that was just really fun. Now I'm definitely going to spend some time just chilling. So I finished my book, The Academy for Liars, yesterday. It's time to start a new book. So I don't know how much reading I'll end up doing, but I want to read a little bit tonight and then I can smell it. My partner just made bread. Literally the most amazing person in the entire world to be dating. And so I might go out there and try to steal a piece of bread. We are carb loading tonight and I want to do some yoga and recovery before the long run tomorrow. I found recovering super hard and taking your rest days super easy is so key when marathon training or when just doing long distance running in general. I think I only have about 6,000 steps in today, and I probably won't even get my 10,000 steps in today, which is fine because I know tomorrow we're gonna go hardcore. So today was hardcore writing, tomorrow will be hardcore running. I still have a few more writing tasks to do tomorrow, not on this manuscript, but on my other manuscript, and so I will take you along with me for that as well, and let's go get some bread. Good morning. So, good morning. It is about noon here now. And basically this morning, what I didn't film a ton, but I did work a little bit super early on my query letter for the other project I was talking about. Some like grammatical line edit sort of things for that project. The reason why I said that that project's kind of in limbo is because I'm going to start querying it. And by the time you watch this video, I will probably be querying it. But I also don't want to talk a ton about that process until it's completely done. I'll probably create a video about how querying goes once I'm done querying. If that sounds interesting, definitely subscribe because that'll be coming eventually. But if you are unfamiliar with how kind of like the writing industry works, everything is super slow and super like up in the air. Like some people will get a literary agent after 3 weeks of querying. Some people it takes like 6 months, 7 months. Obviously, there's always that chance I won't get an agent at all. There's just a lot of unknowns and mentally that's a bit hard for me. And the query letter is also mentally very hard for me. I just don't think I I'm not fully there, and the query letter is not fully where it needs to be, but it also is extremely maddening to just stare at like these 5 paragraphs over and over and over again and try to like change small words in order to make it sound better or more like what people want. And I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's just been really overwhelming. So I was working on that a little bit today, but I didn't completely finish it. So I want to go back and keep working on that a little bit. Then after I was working on that, I went on a run. I didn't take a ton of footage during the run. I did, like I said, 18 kilometers. So I did the first 10K with a run club. I do have one photo that I could put up on the screen from that run. And so that was really fun. And then I did the last 8 kilometers with a friend. And then we went to this cafe. The cafe literally looked like it was out of a fairy tale. It was so cute. And it was just so fun to just be able to sit there, get a treat. I think the rest of the day I'm just gonna be editing away, and then we're going to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2 tonight. We watched the first one back in July. My partner has seen them before, but I never have, so it's been fun to go back and watch them. The first movie was so good. It was just like funny and entertaining, and I really, really liked it. I love Chris Pratt and Parks and Rec, so I'm excited to continue on with that series, but it's definitely just going to be a lazy Sunday. If I remember, I'll take you all along with me.